everybody, and welcome to the Stop Free Keene show. This is our first episode, and we're happy to be here today on Cheshire TV with the studio audience. The reason we're making this show is because we're all very deeply offended by what's going on here in our beautiful town, and we're offended by the Free Keene people.
The Smileys.
What they represent. And unfortunately today we have to conceal our identities because anybody who speaks out against the Free Keene, bad things happen as far as they get exposed and harassed by the Free Keene people.
They put smiley faces on their front lawns.
It's unacceptable. So, I guess we can all introduce ourselves and share a little bit about our backgrounds and why we're here. I'm going to go by left because I'm on the left side of the screen for all of our fans. And what are you going to go by, friend?
I'll go walk the left, I think.
You got a Kenny thing going on. Oh, what about over there? How about yourself, comrade?
Well, I moved here from Massachusetts 2 years ago and became involved in liberal politics, and I just can't stand the idea of people moving here from other places and attempting to change the system, because that's not right.
I agree.
And they draw smileys.
But, you're right? Yeah. Or left. How is it that... No, you're right. Right. How is it that you feel you mentioned smileys? What is it about the smileys? Can you tell us for people that may not know about that? Because hopefully most people don't know about that. I hope they don't.
Smiley faces are vandalism! Vandalism!
Senator, I don't know if the microphones can hear Senator, but she said that the smiley faces are vandalism. And I think there's many of the persons believe in our community that vandalism occurs when Free Staters touch chalk to the ground. And it's not right because some people say they came here from somewhere else and they have different ideas than everyone else.
And smileys.
I don't know why they draw them. I couldn't...
They terrify me.
Smiley
killed my brother.
I think you're just being silly now, right? But that's one thing those Free Keeners don't do from what I hear. I mean, I don't have any personal experience with it, but I believe that they don't do listen or respect or being good neighbors. They're not your neighbors, I've heard people say. There's a group, of course, that is represented by many here, and it's called Stop Free Keene with 3 exclamation points. And there's some fraudsters out there that'll sell you a website that doesn't have 3 exclamation points on Facebook, and that's a lie. It's fraudulent. It's not the truth. And the truth is where Stop Free Keene is. That's with 3 exclamation points. So I hope that you all will go there specifically and find out what it is that concerns everybody so much. Now, I myself have never been a victim of a Free Stater. However, I have family in other states that have other sorts of invasions going on, and I don't stand for that. I think that people who come here should know the rules of... I know the rules. I respect the rules. Is that something that we all agree with, that they don't?
We're going to need to hire writers.
There is some information that I feel that we should be sharing with the public about what the Free Keene people are doing. They harass people who are just doing their jobs, and I believe that people who are just doing their jobs are good people, and I do my job. I don't like my job, but I do it. And that's something you all have to get used to. Just because you don't like your job doesn't mean you're not supposed to do it. But the Free Keeners will say, oh, well, what if you're not supposed to be doing that because it's bad and it's still your job? And they try and discourage people, but I don't think that's right. If people are doing the wrong thing for money, it's okay because that's capitalism. That you can do the wrong thing as long as you're getting paid. And that's the system we live under today, and we're supposed to respect that. And if we want to change it, there's a system for that. There's laws and a house where we convene ourselves as a Congress. That's in Washington, D.C. That's where you need to go. You need to go there. I've been there before, and it made a difference. I know it makes a difference. Washington, D.C. You think those Free Staters will do well in Somalia?
I think you need to be stronger.
No, you're way too smart for this.
What am I supposed to do? I'm an actor and I don't know what to do. I didn't learn this in acting school. Am I supposed to look at the meter? I think he's famished. He's been walking around for like 2 hours now.
I got little treats just for little mouths. I've got big treats for big mouths and little treats for little mouths.
You smell it? Doesn't that smell good?
Oh, somebody.
Oh,
Looks like bacon. Everybody loves bacon.
Over there?
Yeah.
No. They're little ginger, they're called ginger snaps, but they're little tasty.
Save this person. All the
Man, I'm like, whatever, I'm ready. He's snapping on us. You see, do you believe this? Shit like this would have never happened. Yo, Slim, man. Just say the word. Say the word. It's on.
What's up, B? Alright. We gonna bounce back on the motherfucker, no question.
Who exactly? We never did establish that any harassment ever occurred.
Oh, he gon' fall.
But it seems that everything we do only props up Robin Hood and delegitimizes DPRK even further.
What?
Don't you realize that we've made these hooligans into celebrities? We were puerile to believe there was ever a way to curtail free civilians from filling parking meters. My crown means nothing if the subjects won't pay their tax homage to it.
Don't matter who did what to who at this point. Fact is, we went to war, and now there ain't no going back. I mean, it's what war is, you know? Once you in it, you in it. If it's a lie, then we fight on that lie. But we gotta fight.
Last Friday, May 9th, 2014, a so-called activist group called Free Keene planned a barbecue in the center of Keene, New Hampshire. Opposing group, Stop Free Keene, quietly planned a counter-protest to make the statement that they disagree with the purpose of Free Keene and their methods of so-called activism. They had agreed to remain silent, and, as expected, prominent member of Free Keene, Garrett Ian, spent the entire 45 minutes talking at them, attempting to bait them into breaking their silence. Garrett continuously used loaded and leading questions which suggested such things as religious intolerance, xenophobia, and racism in the form of being anti-immigration and pro-Hitler, among other inflammatory claims. This was a manipulation tactic to elicit an emotional response from the protesters who disagreed with what he was saying but had decided to remain silent. Free Keene espouses a coercion-free society, but Garrett spent 45 minutes trying to push past the consent of the protesters by insisting that if they didn't speak up, they agreed with what he was saying about them. They also ignored the fact that all protesters had written on their signs that they did not give Free Keene or any of their affiliates permission to distribute their image or likeness. Yet Free Keene uploaded videos of their faces to YouTube and attached ads to make money off of their lack of consent. Garrett Ian later expressed outrage that protesters were discussing his implications that they were racist, suggesting that they must have a guilty conscience for jumping to those conclusions. However, in the following video, you will see Garrett repeatedly using loaded and leading questions to suggest that members of Stop Free Keene are against Free Keene, not due to their methods of harassment, intimidation, and manipulation, but because the native citizens of Keene are xenophobic and anti-immigration.
But it's really sad and really unfortunate, and I think it says bad things about the native population here in Keene, and especially the extent to which there has been xenophobia exhibited against people coming from elsewhere.
So Garrett accuses the native people of being xenophobes, which is a person unduly fearful or contemptuous of that which is foreign, especially of strangers or foreign peoples. Now, one of the synonyms for xenophobic is racist. So the fact that we jumped to the conclusion that he was calling us racist is understandable, especially considering what followed.
But there's this mentality that other people are invaders, that other people are different, that other people are just others, and that they're not welcome. I hope that Stop Free Keene isn't the sort of group that is so against other people coming here that they would also be against people immigrating here to Keene. Is there an anti-immigrant mentality among Stop Free Keene? Is there nationalism in Stop Free Keene? Is that the idea? Is it federal government nationalism?
So up until this point, he could almost get away with the excuse that he was talking about United States citizens moving to Keene. But not long after, he shows, without a doubt, his real motivations.
Ted Cruz. Is Ted Cruz going to save America? Is Ted Cruz going to kick out the illegals?
The way he slips into a slight drawl while using the term illegals, which is a racist label for undocumented immigrants, exposes his attempt to ask the question in order to suggest our silence is agreement. He then puts the final nail in the coffin by making a reference to Hitler's master plan.
I hope there's a bigger plan. I want to be a part of the bigger plan. The master plan.
Just asking questions with such implications is a way to poison the well against the group and attempt to force the protesters to defend themselves. They did not fall for the bait, and Garrett showed his true colors.
Good afternoon, Tom.
Hey, Garrett. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Recently, it's come to my attention.
It's a beautiful day.
It is a beautiful day. The weather's great.
Motorcycle.
It's been brought to my attention that the master plan may have been inspired by Hitler. Is that true?
I don't know what you're talking about, Gary.
Okay, because there's a video that someone put out in which they said that I referenced the master plan and then that was a Hitler thing.
No idea.
The master plan is what the Keene has, though, right? The city of Keene has a master plan for how, you know, they break up different departments and how they're structured.
No, I think you're talking about the comprehensive master plan. It's for the downtown stuff in the city.
Okay.
All right, have a good day.
You too, peace. I've got a quick question for you, John.
Okay, sure.
There was a pretty concerning allegation raised recently that the master plan was inspired by Hitler. Is that true?
Get out of here.
Yeah, I'm not the one who brought. I'm not the one who brought up that allegation. It was somebody else that was criticizing me when I was talking about the master plan. For real, check it out. It's on Stop Free Keene's new YouTube channel.
Thank you so much.
Finally, tonight, New Hampshire's state motto is "Live Free or Die." In one town, a group of self-described anarchists are putting those words to the test. Here's Don Daler.
In Keene, New Hampshire, Garrett Ian is Robin Hooding.
I try and keep the cars filled on. This one only has 2 minutes, so.
Trying to stay one step and one coin ahead of the town's parking enforcement officers.
I think it's great. I really do.
I'm glad I could help you out.
Ian is part of the Free Keene movement, which purports to free its citizens from $5 parking tickets. They also want the right to drink alcohol and smoke marijuana in public places. James Cleveland is the group's leader.
We're all working towards having a freer society, I would say. Less government, more personal freedom.
But not all Keene's residents are keen on their tactics. The Robin Hooders follow and videotape parking officers.
Just because you got a right to be out here doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. Maybe we could help you find another career where you'd be more respected by your community.
Such comments led to one officer's resignation. Gary Lamoureux oversees the city's parking.
We had one gentleman who just could not handle the issues. He was more afraid of what he might do because he was being intimidated. He was being harassed, so he resigned.
Lamoureux says the meters keep people from just leaving their cars on the streets, which would hurt business.
It hasn't been an issue as far as them taking funds away from us. It's more of the harassment and the intimidation factor that they were doing.
Last May, Keene filed suit to establish a 10-foot buffer between their officers and the Robin Hooders, but a judge dismissed it, citing free speech protections. A counter-protest by the name of Stop Free Keene has been started by residents who just want life in their picturesque New England town to go back to normal. Don Daler, CBS News, New York.
It is Wednesday, April 16th, 2014, and I have in my hands a parking violation that was issued on April 10th, 2014 at 15:56 hours outside of the courthouse, or the former courthouse here in Keene, New Hampshire, issued to vehicle AKPF 1. And I intend to pay this ticket if possible, and if I can't pay it, I guess I'll have to challenge it and take it to court. Recently, I came into possession of some great new alternative currency that's backed by U.S. government money. I can come on to it. This is the Obama coin. They sell it on the internet. I hear sometimes they go for like $5 or $10 a piece, but the regular quarters with Obama's face on them, stickers. And I think they're pretty nice. I appreciate that. It's very modern, because if you think of the coins are very old-fashioned, they have like Washington and Roosevelt and Jefferson and Hamilton on them. Like, I don't necessarily approve of those people. I don't necessarily approve of Obama either, but at least he's someone that you can talk to. And he has people who will listen. So I think the Obama coin is a great new currency, and I'm hoping that DPRK will recognize it, since Obama is supposed to be above Prince John in the hierarchy technically. So we'll see what happens. This will be my first time visiting the new parking office here at 3 Washington Street in City Hall. Hello. I've been once before to the parking office at the Keene police station, but this is a new experience. Hey Gary. Doing well? Hello. Hello. I have a parking ticket I was hoping I could pay off today. Sure. Some new coins with me. Should be 20, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, there's 20. Oh, thank you. I'm glad to see you guys accept Obama coin. Wow, that was so smooth. It's almost like using regular money. Oh, thank you. I think that demonstrates to a large extent how accepted and approved of Obama coin already is. It may be more successful than Bitcoin. I didn't even have to explain it to them. Just handed over the Obama coin and it was taken. So yeah, that's successful. I've got a receipt for my Obama coin transaction. You don't get a receipt for a Bitcoin transaction, not a paper one that I'm aware of. I don't think Dogecoin does that either. I'm not aware of any cryptocurrency that's so easily accepted by the city of Keene. This is incredible. It's a historic day. Now, I don't believe that this was the first Obama coin transaction. I know that there are banks and businesses that have traded in Obama coin in New York and excuse me, other parts of the country. But this may be the first city government transaction, or just any government transaction in Obama coin that I'm aware of. And I think it's great. It's a new step forward. It shows that people aren't afraid to use new currencies and explore new ideas and new ways of trading. And I think Obama coin being backed by a real physical thing intrinsically within the coin itself demonstrates a higher level of value. And there's of course labor put into it. Somebody did something to get Obama's face on those quarters and dimes. So labor theory of value, it's supposed to mean something, right?
Again, watching TV, getting kind of tired, starting to fall asleep, and I start to reflect. I've seen some amazing things in my lifetime, but few I'd really consider holding on to until I seen the Obama coin.
Call now and we will include this beautifully embossed and handsomely bound President Barack Obama commemorative coin album.
No, I kind of know what I'm going to say. So John has a court gesture, Prince John, and so we're here today on this beautiful Saturday getting ready for court. You know, we're ready to challenge the city in a tennis match.
I hear tennis is quite the game of royalty. I hope to impress Prince John with my skills.
So we're here at Robin Hood Park, and it's very nice for the city to have named a park after us, and even to put a tennis court here. But as you can see, it's not very well maintained at all, so I guess here's the level of services in the city of Keene.
Will the merry men be intervening?
Very possibly. You know, there was talk of coming out here and actually cleaning up and weed eating and doing some maintenance here, so it's in pretty sorry shape at the moment.
Alright, we rolling? Prince John think he got game. Monday he gonna learn.
That's pretty good. You wanna do another one? Mm-hmm.